3.
Hey everyone, today for a really great dinner, I'm going to show you my stuffed peppers. And it's basically like meatloaf and peppers, so it's really easy. So what we have here is we have 2 pounds of ground beef. We're going to go ahead and put in this bowl. Just like this. 2 pounds, I'm just using ground chuck, but whatever kind of beef you have would be great. We have that in there. And also to this, we are going to add one large onion that we just diced up pretty small, if you can see. We don't want big chunks of it in there. I'm going to go ahead and put these in there. Just like this. Put some onion in there. And we have 3 cloves of garlic that we're putting in there that we minced up. Now we're using fresh oregano because we have it, but if you have dried oregano, you can go ahead and put, I'm putting about a teaspoon in there, so put a half teaspoon of dried because it's a little more potent. So now to this, we're going to add some Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce? Yeah, this stuff. We're going to put a couple dashes in here. Looks good. 2 tablespoons. And now, what we did here is we just cooked some rice. Steaming. What this is, if we just use just regular rice, you use two parts of water to 1 part rice. So let's go ahead and put some rice in here. And this is a great recipe because if you have leftover rice, use it. Let's say about a 1/4 cup of rice we're going to put in there. Just like that. And then some catsup. Ketchup. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Alright, that's the last little bit. Not too much. And then to that, we're going to add 2 eggs. Just right in here. And 2 eggs. And then, with our fingers, we're going to mush it all around. You want to take off your rings and everything? That's fine. Sorry, I'm going in there. Just like this. Perfect. Beautiful. Really get it in there. Right, perfect. Now we need to add some seasoning. And I probably should have done that before I got my hands in here. So I'm going to have my trusty brother come here and help me with the seasoning. Come here, Taylor. Alright, we're just going to put some salt.
How much?
Just go on, I'll tell you when. Come on. Oh. Alright, that's good. Now some pepper.
Okay.
About a teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of pepper. Alright, that's good. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Don't laugh.
Thank you, Taylor. So now, mush this all up. I'm going to go ahead and put these in our peppers. All we did with these peppers, it's really easy. All you did was just chop them in half. Oh, show you something. At the bottom here, we don't want a bunch of grease because there's grease in the meat. We just put little holes in them just with your knife so they'll come out here instead of all sticking in there. Let's go ahead and put the meat in our peppers. Just like this. Don't be shy with this meat. Get it all in those nooks and crannies. Just like that. Alright, so these are done and they're all packed full. I'm going to use all of that meat up. So now we're going to make a nice little topping for the top. And this is my favorite part. So we have here, I'm going to put excuse me, about a cup of ketchup. And do a little bit of mustard, just a tad. Just about a tablespoon. I'm going to put some brown sugar in here, and this is my favorite part. This gives it a nice sweet, and it makes it kind of thick. So the molasses in here really thickens it up. Say about a 1/4 cup in there of that. I just kind of eyeball everything. Unless I'm baking, I just eyeball it to where it looks good. Let's get a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce. Just like that. A tablespoon or 2. And then, for a little bit of added crunch, dehydrated onions. And these are amazing. I love these. They give a nice little crunch. You can see. They're just little chopped up pieces of onions that they dehydrate. You can get these anywhere. All right, so let's put about a tablespoon of those in there. A little bit of salt. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Just like this. All right, so now we're going to mix it together. Doesn't look that beautiful, but it tastes beautiful. Just like that. Perfect. This is almost exactly like my meatloaf recipe. So if you like my meatloaf recipe, you'll like this. So now what we're going to do is kind of like make a little indent in here. Just so we can put all that topping on there without it falling all off. Just like this. Perfect. Cover that entire pepper. These look so good. Spoon lots of this on here. Just like that. This might make a little bit extra, but if you want to keep it on the side and dip this in, I highly recommend it. Yes, oh my God, overload. All right, there we go. All right, so we're just gonna use the last little bit. We ended up using all of it in here because I like a lot of it. Go ahead and spread it all over there. So now what you wanna do is you can either do one of two things. You can either kind of blanch the red peppers so they cook through a little bit, or what I like to do is get a little bit of hot water, like about a half cup. We're just going to pour it into the bottom, and this will kind of steam them in there. Just like that. A little bit more. About a half cup. Maybe even a little bit more. All right, perfect. So now, what we're going to do, we're going to put these in the oven, 375. And when we come back, delicious stuffed peppers. All right, so it's been like 35 to 40 minutes. Here we are. These are looking delicious. Perfect stuffed peppers. Perfect comfort food. I hope you like them.